Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and I didn't untangle the flags because it was simple. Yes, look at this here. We'll scroll this way. We got a skiff of snow. Yes, just a skiff. I went from the whole shack there. I got the wood stove going. And look at those marks. Oh, we can't see. We got some wind. Look at that. I slipped and fell right on my face. It's a good thing my nose was there to break my fall. Yes. Unreal. And I was being so careful because I knew it was slippery out here. So untangling the flags after that was not, how would you say, my high priority. My high priority now is to get this intro done so I can go in the house and have my pain medication, vodka. Yes, to take the pain away. Oh, that hurt. Especially at my age, I could be laying on the ground. Oh, yes, and it's a good thing. Oh, yes. A YouTube subscriber, Kingdom follower, suggested I should have a flask of my pain medication, and look what's in my pocket. So I'd be laying there on the ice, and I could have some sippy booze, or whatever they call that on the trailer park, boys. We call it a nip. Have a nip. Yes. All right. So this morning we woke up to 0. Oh yes, but feels like -5. Let's scroll this way to try and get out of the wind. Unreal. I think they should count the days that we have no wind. Yes, I don't think it'll be very many. I'll give a little bit more and have the wind to my back. Ooh, I think that's a country western song. Yes, your wife ran away, your girlfriend ran away, and your dog ran away. Plus now with the new self-driving cars by Tesla, well, guess what? Your car can drive away too. But if you're, how would you say, country western cowboy or whatever on the farm, I don't think you'll have a Tesla. All right, so we're back to the temperatures here. Plus 31 Celsius, but feels like plus 23. Yes, unreal. These temperatures are, how would you say, unbelievable. I blame that those wind generators and cloud farming. I can't say that word seeding because it'll censor me. So it's cloud farming. Look at Saudi Arabia getting snow, and look at us, we're getting nothing. Oh, oh, that vodka's gonna take the pain away in my throat. Yes, I got a tickle in my throat. All right. So yesterday I started my new book in the remote living book series. Yes, skill saw loggers. Yes, because I'm trying to post on the Firewood channels or the wood stove channels, and they're not accepting my post because I'm not cutting real trees down and using a chainsaw. So guess what? Just like how I started the remote living book series, I got blocked and banned from off-grid living sites. So I wrote a book, and it's popular. So I'll write a book on how to skill saw log. Yes, skill saw loggers. So in other words, you don't need to go to the wilderness and cut down big trees with your $1,000 chainsaw that will never start, and you're always sharpening the blade, when you can go toothpick logging. Yes, and if it can cut it with a skill saw and make it fit in the wood stove door, you're gonna be warm. All right. Now I got the burps. Oh, my health has just gone to crap here in this intro, all because I fell down sober. Oh, well. All right, let's go walk the dogs and drink some pain medication to recover from my slip and fall accident. Yes, and where's the boss? He should be coming along to see me laying on the ice. Oh, at least I'm not bleeding. Oh, well. Better go.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville. It's almost 8 a.m. and as you can see, it is still pretty dark out here. We don't even have a sunrise yet, and the street light is still on. Looks like Jack came from the kingdom to say good morning to me, so let's head inside, let the dogs out and make breakfast. Then at 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to.
Okay, out in the shop, and I need a picture for the new book. Yes, skill saw loggers. Yes. So I had to drag in a pallet and cut it. I wasn't going to go searching through, 5-6 years of, how would you say, well, it'd be more like 20 years of film or photos of cutting pallets. Yes. So it was easier just to drag in a pallet, set up the skill saw, do some cuts and slices and dices. Well, now I got an easy picture. All right, I'm starting to feel a lot better now that the pain medication vodka is kicking in. So a little slip and fall injury this morning is not good at my age. Okay, over in the whole shack, and we're getting organized. Yes, getting organized. All right, so this stove here, the only adjustment we have is down there, the vent. So it's been working out good. You just reach out with your foot, fling down the valve goes, it opens it up. But also too, for startups and for quick relights, as we say, we like it when the door can be opened a bit, like that. Yes. But you want it latched like that because we throw everything in there. We could have a backdraft or a back flame or a flare up and blow the door open and the fire would burn out of control because we're not here in this building. So this is what we've done to all the other stoves. So I did it here, but also too, bringing the Hobart Handler 100 out because it's a 120 power. All right. All my other MIG welders in the past was 220. Yes, Canadian 220 volts. Yes. And that means I would have had to strung the big welder plug in and stuff, or brought the, how would you say, a gas power welder up to the door here and then plug in the 220 to give me the power. So I really like the Hobart Handler 100 being at 120 volts or whatever, so you can just plug it in, so it works out good. Also too, it worked out good. We just did the quick little weld and now we can open the door to get a fire going and then shut the door to control it. Yes, that's one of the joys. And also too, I dragged the pallet over here. Yes, cut it in the shop and then carry it over to put it into the wheelbarrow for a photo op. Yes, a photo op. Oh, the things I do for writing books and everything. But then again, I am a 5-star Amazon author. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and I sure am glad I used the ProPoint 38 Plus from Princess Auto, the plasma cutter, to cut this inner fender panel out back when I don't know what I was thinking, back in March or whatever. I must have been sober. All right, so the plasma cutter doesn't, how would you say, vaporize a big trail. If I used the chop saw blade in the grinder or the torch, it would have made a mess. So this here would be an easy weld with the Hobart Handler 100 over there, but we're not doing it today. I'll go outside to explain what's going on. It doesn't look like we're doing much, but we are actually getting lots done. Okay, it's warm out here, and we'll have to do a quick explanation. Look at that. The little bit of snow on here is melting. Yes, we should be out to having fun. We should be out with the D69U, known as the Bismarck, with the salvage sloop on the back, testing it out. But the boss doesn't understand because he's an asshole. Okay, so it costs money to wander around when there's no snow. But also the fact that we're cleaning up the wilderness with these trees. Yes. Now, most people would go along, throw the trees in a brush pile, go along when there's snow on the ground, burn it, cook some weenies, and have a good time, post the pictures on Facebook and social media, and they're the greatest. We drag the trees out, roots and all, and we burn them in the wood stove. Plus, too, all this kindling crap here, the people laugh at us. Well, we could do that too. We have to clean up a mess from somebody else, so it's going in the wood stove. So we're spending a lot of time, how would you say, making firewood. But the fact is, this stuff has to be cleaned up. So we're actually paying ourselves to clean up the mess because we're supplying heat to the shop here. Yes. So this time last year, we were fighting in the snow and cold to build this shop extension. Yes, the boss decided on October 31st, we're going to build an extension. So a year later, this is officially done. So it's all sealed in, the roof is anchored on, and everything like that. So that is good to go. Okay, with the shop extension done, we just toss the wood in the stove and walk away because we know how it's going to burn, what it's going to do, and we watch the temperature gauge on the fans or on the camera so we know what's going on. It kind of reminds me when we took this building and we had it up on the beams there and we decided we're going to shove the loader inside because the loader was outside, it was hard to start and everything like that. So 30 years ago, we whipped up this. So this building here for the loader goes in, it's easy to heat, and it keeps the dogs warm too. So we just have to do some improvements like more weather stripping and like we're doing it. And also too, this loader, the whole shack extension, I had to get into the canopy shed the other day with those container doors. I just about threw my back out getting into the container just for a simple item. So we gave up with that container, driving the mini hoe in and out. That's when the whole shack extension came about. So it's basically finished. It cost us nothing. We worked away. Like we could have been, how would you say, playing the Xbox and been on the next level, or drinking professionally, or gambling. Yes, gambling. Oh, wait, that's marriage. Okay. But this whole shack is done. It costs us nothing, a little bit of time. But two, we have to learn. Okay. So let's go in here. A walk and talk video. Everybody needs their exercise. Look at that highly sophisticated padlock. Well, it's actually for the wind. All right. So now we have to learn this stove. Yes, this stove. We can't set it and walk away. We have to learn it because if it gets too hot in here, Mrs. Ho is going to get way too warm. Plus the fact that we have dogs in the loader shack over here, or the loader shed over here, with a fan. So if this thing gets turned off and is smoking out the hoe shack, we also smoke out the dogs, and the dogs could go to sleep and not wake up. So that's why we have to watch the cameras, understand and learn. So we're making improvements on this stove. Also too, with this fan here is great fun. Also too, I can see what it's doing. So if I see the fan's not turning, I know the stove is cooled down. The damper is either open, closed, or whatever. And then doing the little weld here this morning. All right. So I know the door's open, the door's closed. If I open this, how would you say, 3 flips with the foot, that's open 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, I could forget it. And then this thing could overburn itself, all right? So that's what I say. We have to learn, and the fact that we're getting rid of this stuff. So look at these pallets. Yes, the pallets, the kindling right here, that's good wood, good heat and everything like that. Since we started this stove and insulated the hose shack extension here, it's been 25 to 30 degrees in here constantly, and in the coolest it's ever gotten is below 20. But this cost us nothing. This is stuff that was all in the storage trailers, everything like that. It would have no resale value at my estate sale. Yes, it was just garbage. I'd probably burn it. Oh, maybe cremate me too. I don't know. All right, let's go have some lunch. This should explain to the boss why he seems it's playtime. But also the fact too, we had that time change, and that screws you up. So basically 2 weeks of a time change, you're basically useless. It's different when you go to, say, Florida or the southern Caribbean islands, because you arrive, there's a big time change, but you're on the beach looking at ladies in bikinis. You know, that sets your mind straight. But it's reality when you come back home, it's cold and snowy and no ladies in bikinis. All right, let's go have some lunch.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. As you can see, the wind is picking up and it's still pretty cloudy out here, but the sun is trying to make an appearance. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, and make lunch. I think I'll have craft dinner today. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 2 degrees Celsius, which is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it's going to be a cloudy day, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, get the quad out. Then I have to run into WHO-ville and do some shopping. Then I'll go over to the Kingdom and see what we're doing today. Just after 1 p.m. and I made it to the Kingdom. I was able to get sugar, tang, and a few loaves of bread for $33. A couple things were on sale, and now I'll head down to the shop and see what we're doing today. My dad has a little list made up, so let's go find out what we're doing. My dad had to put some air in the 67 tires, so he left the hose out for me, and as you can see, it gets strung out into the front of the shop here. So I was able to air up the quad tire. Every 2 days it seems I have to air up this tire. Looks like we are going to be doing some wood today. He asked me to bring some tubs over so we can fill it with some kindling. Now let's go over and see what he's doing. Sounds like he has the mini out. Was trying to string up the hose after I was done airing up the tire, and as you can see, we have a big magnet right beside the ramp, so when I went by with the hose, the magnet just grabbed it. Now it was a fun time fighting with it. We'll put the hose away and go hook up to the trailer now. 1:30 and I just got hooked up to the fancy trailer and we loaded up the big ladder. We are heading over to the big boat and taking down the flags that we put up for Remembrance Day. We do not want them to get destroyed in the wind or anything else like that. We want to keep them for as long as possible. Now let's head on over. Over at the big boat now, we're going to take down these flags here, the ones we put up for Remembrance Day. As you can see, they're already getting tangled up and we don't want them to get destroyed. So we're going to take them down the exact same way we put them up, and then they'll go back into their baggie for next year. Got all the flags down, no problem, and none of them were damaged yet, which is good. We don't want them to be damaged. I put them all back in their boxes so we know which one goes where. Now I'll head back up to the house and put the bag away, and then we're going to go get some firewood from behind the house and then head down to the rabbit tower with the mini and find some more trees. Back in the house, dropping the bag of flags off because I don't want to get them dirty, and we printed off a picture of the flags and what order they have to go up in case we lose the boxes. And yes, it's in black and white because everything we do is in black and white. We do not own a colored printer. Now let's head out to the back of the house. Just after 1:30, we're in behind the house now. We're going to load up the fancy trailer with some firewood and core boxes, whatever's on top of the pile here, and we might have to cut some, so we have the chop saw as well. Plus we'll be filling up the tubs, so let's get picking. Just after 2 p.m. we got the fancy trailer loaded up. We just wanted it nice and flat so we can put some trees on top. Now we'll head down to the rabbit tower and pick up the few that are on the trail. Forgot to mention in my last video, since my dad fell this morning, he is carrying around his little flask. I'm not sure what's inside of it. I don't even want to ask, but now we'll officially head down to the rabbit tower. 2:30, we're down by the rabbit tower now. As you can see, there's a big pile of dead trees on the side here, so my dad's gonna pick those up, lift them, and then I'll back the trailer underneath. We already picked up a few on our way down as well. Got the trailer loaded up, no problem. Now we're gonna swing around to the back of the kingdom and pick up a few trees that we forgot to get last time. Might as well do it now in case it snows, but as you can see, there's not much snow in the bush. My dad has to go ahead of me in case I get stuck so he can pull me out. Almost 3 p.m. We're in behind the kingdom now, picking up some of the trees that we forgot the last time we came down here, but that's okay. We have a bigger trailer this time, so we should be able to get more. There's a few trees in behind the hoe here, and then we'll go around to the bottom of the ramp and grab the other trees. p.m. We just got all the trees from the corner here. Now we'll head up back into the kingdom and buy the ramp. We also grabbed this tire here, which will go into the scrap pile for later on. Hopefully I can make it up the little hill. At the bottom of the ramp down, this is where we got that extra big tree from last time. We're gonna pick up the rest of these small little trees and load them on top. Then we'll head back into the kingdom. Pretty sure my dad's gonna have to pull me back into the kingdom like last time, because that's a big load. just after 3 p.m. and I think we pretty much got it. There's a few trees left here and I think we'll end up grabbing them next time because this one here is pretty long and it won't fit on the trailer with this load. And it's actually started to snow. I just seen some white stuff come down from the sky. Now we'll try and head back into the kingdom. We're also doing this now and getting the trailers loaded. That way if it snows, at least we have firewood on hand. Got the load all strapped down, hopefully nothing falls off. Now my dad will have to pull me back into the kingdom because look at that load. I don't think I'd be able to get very far. I better catch up and jump on before he leaves me. Almost 3:30, we made it back into the kingdom. That is a pretty big load, so we're going to block the trailer and then we'll unhook it. Hopefully it doesn't roll away. Then we can put the Mini away and see what else we're doing today. To end the day, my dad's going to fill up the wagon and the wheelbarrow with the last of the trees here. Once this trailer is empty, we will take it back out into the bush and continue filling it up because there is a lot of trees out there for us to pick up. Almost 4 p.m. we just got the wagon and the wheelbarrow filled for the shop and the hose shack. I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 5 p.m. Looks like it's trying to snow again. 5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was a pretty nice day out there today. It got kind of warm and then it tried to snow. Now it looks like it wants to rain, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom. We're quitting early. Yes, we've had enough. Plus, I had a slip and fall accident this morning right there. Yes, we didn't even cover it up. But that's okay. I had my pain medication vodka. All right, got the stove stocked up. All right, so over here, we got this bonus round. Yes, bonus round. We never thought we'd be loading it like that, but we got it done. All right, look at the flags. They're in their tangledness or whatever. Yes, limp mode. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some pain medication, and make a video. Talk to you later.